Buongiorno di Venezia. Good morning from Venice. Today is Monday the 25th of November. It's now 20 to 10 Italian time. And me next part here in Venice, in the northeast of Italy. Well, this morning my main activities, I'm gonna actually have a ride on a gondola. Now I've booked a ride on Get Your Guide. It's an app and you can get lots and lots of activities for across the world on there. Costing 35 quid. A gondola ride is normally 90 euros over here, but because I've got it on this app, will the experience of it be any different than turning up at a gondola site and paying 90 euros? I could possibly, if I have time, go to Dodds Palace down at Piazza San Marco. I could possibly do a bit of spotting in Santa Lucia Station, just along from my hotel here. Of course, I can also just walk about all the different streets of Venice, even go to some parts that I didn't even go to last year. I've got all day to do it. Let's got my stuff ready and out I go. Right, out into the city amongst all the Venetians I go. And it is quite busy, of course. This being a popular city to visit throughout the world. So I need to go and catch a Vaporetto bus, water bus, down to Piazza San Marco, which is apparently near to where I get my gondola ride. This is how handy where my hotel is. Literally just along the road from where the bus station and train station and that is. So it's pretty handy for me luggage actually. Oh, it's lovely. Nice this morning. Loads of activity on the Grand Canal this morning. This, of course, the main thoroughfare through Venice. So instead of a road is, of course, a canal. Everything on here runs on water. Water taxis, water buses, ambulances, police, boats, delivery boats, everything all runs on the water in this city. It's probably one of the most unique cities in the world, and honestly, it is absolutely stunning. I'm going to go over there, catch a water bus, take us down to Piazza San Marco. Quite busy this morning on the way down the canal. There are the gondolas over there, and there's the Rialto Bridge over there. I've seen that quite a few more times between now and Thursday. We're going to continue on down the Grand Canal. I think this is actually the like express route that I'm on, the number 2. There's different water bus services across, many different water bus services across this city. That's one of the water taxis. They are quite a lot actually, quite a bit to be honest. Okay, just round the corner from Piazza San Marco. This here is the Ponte da Sospiri, which is actually translated as the Bridge of Sides. And this here is the Ponte della, what I'm standing on, Ponte della Padlia, this bridge here. So in Italian, Ponte means bridge. So like Ponte di Rialto further along the Grand Canal, that'll be translated as Rialto Bridge. And of course this is one of the many canals. Look, you see all these gondolas go on. I'm going to get a ride on one of these soon. Yes, they are a bit expensive, but for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, I think a ride on one of these is one way to experience life as a Venetian. It's beautiful here. And when I was here last year, it was sweltering hot in the heat. But it's a lot cooler this time, so a lot easier to manage. It's beautiful, this. This is a city of absolutely stunning beauty. And that nice, the lovely Christmas tree over there, saw that last night lit up. It's lovely. Of course, a very popular tourist area down here. That way along the Grand Canal heads you out towards Lido di Venezia and the Adriatic Sea. And this way is over here is Piazza San Marco, and that's the big bell tower, which I think is about as tall as Big Ben. Actually, I'll be seeing Big Ben in January. I think, if I'm honest, October, November, this is the right time of year to come here, because if you come here in the summertime, you will suffer in the heat, because it gets really hot in the summertime over here. Over there is Palazzo Ducale, translated as Dudley's Palace. If I have time, I might pay a bit of money and actually go in there and have a look, because I didn't get a chance of getting any of these last year. But look at the basilica there. That looks beautiful on the outside. Look at all that. All them paintings in that. The Italians do honestly have some wonderfully built buildings in this country, honestly. This is one of the most beautiful countries in the world to visit, if I'm honest. And here is St. Mark's Square, Piazza San Marco. It is lovely, this. And this down here is an old, well, that's the old Italian airline, Alitalia. Of course, now that folded, and nowadays the national carrier of Italy is ITA Airlines. Remember Alitalia featuring on Lancia cars in the World Rally Championship. A steady stream of gondolas on this canal. I don't know how they do it, but honestly, they do a brilliant job. Mind your head. There has been instances where gondolas have actually hit the head on the bridges, but hey, they know what they're doing. So, off on a gondola, away you go. This is amazing, this. This is absolutely brilliant, this. And before you get on the tour, you also get to learn a bit about the life of the gondola. And a little tour of the city as well.
Vado io? Ancora dentro su che cavolo.
Just one cornetto, give it to me, delicious ice cream.
Ma già diverse parti intera. Che c'era diversi. Ma vabbè così.
Absolutely loving this. And these gondoliers are really skilled doing this job. And they're quite good at getting under these low bridges as well. See, actually, how far the water can come up to when apparently there is a phenomenon where the tide can get a bit high and then streets start flooding a bit. It's also got its own characteristic smell around here as well.
Una certa che faceva scappa via e basta. Una volta la fa presto in primavera.
On vit comme les nobles, Marc.
Sta tranquillo adesso.
Avec il n'était pas trop bien payé. Il travaillait très dur. Il doit être disponible pour la classe aristocrate du matin au soir.
Looks like we're heading down towards the Grand Canal.
Ça ressemble à ça?
Non, à Maquet a quelques décalages.
Naturellement, je crois que naturellement,
Je suis autoroute.
So onto the Grand Canal we go. Oh, this is, well, we're doing a bit of it. Oh, amazing. It's one of the water buses there. Just about at the end now, and honestly, that was a fab ride indeed. Just for that half an hour, and for the price of 35 quid, honestly, I think that was worth it. But let me tell you that getting on a gondola, it's not easy as you think. So for lunch, just had a little slice of square pizza there with some lovely salami on it. Of course, being in Italy, it doesn't get any better than that. And this here is one of my favourite Italian snacks, cannolis. And this one's a tiramisu flavoured cannoli. Now, I could have went for a pizza actually. There's actually a restaurant along where the gondoliers actually go in. And it would have costed just €9 for a margarita as opposed to €13 in the tourist trap areas. But here on the main lagoon city of Venice, they don't actually have wood fire ovens. Apparently they're actually banned from the island. You'd have to go to the mainland Mesta area to have a wood fired pizza, well, done in those ovens. Might actually do that when I go to Milan tomorrow. Oh yes, and when you do eat something, look out for the seagulls, because they will snatch your food. That cannoli I had, I literally just had snatched by a seagull, the little devil. Reminds me of some of our English seaside resorts where your fish and chips get snatched. Anyway, it's now 1:45. I'm going to finish it down here at Piazza San Marco. I've really enjoyed the gondola ride. I was going to go in Dodds Palace. I might actually leave that. I hope I might get in it on Wednesday. It depends how long I spend at Burano, which is what I'm planning to do on that day. Hey, it's wonderful, this. You got a lot of street sellers on the square, but you're better off going to the official shops to buy stuff, because it might be a little cheaper. Anyway, Gonna catch a vaporetto and head to the other side of the canal, and then explore another area that I didn't do last year. Very tall, that bell tower, but if I'm honest, I think Big Ben might just be a little bit better than that. I'm going to go back along the Grand Canal, but I'll be getting up at a stop on the left-hand side of it and exploring that part of the city. So that's the number 2 water bus. That's the express service along the Grand Canal. So that stops at like fewer stops, whereas the one I'm on is the number 1. That stops at pretty much most of them, if I'm honest. Space can get pretty tight on this canal. So I've getting off on that side of the canal, and I'm going to stay on that side actually and walk a bit more through the city. This is the Ponte del Accademia, and it's another nice views here of the canal. That's heading back towards the Rialto Bridge, and that heads you out towards Piazza San Marco. Of course, Venice is not just about the Grand Canal, Piazza San Marco and the Rialto Bridge. There's many other things you can go and see and do in this city. Like, for example, walk the side streets over the smaller canals. In fact, in there, you can even see, like, the real Venice. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and walk through what I can up to perhaps Santa Lucia Station. So I'm going to go down that way. It'll be like walking through a maze, this, actually. So just popped in a cafe for a tiramisu, and plus just to get away from the seagulls and that. And of course, this is one of my favourite Italian desserts, and that looks beautiful. I come away from the Grand Canal to the other side of the city, and this here is actually part of the Venetian lagoon. That looks like where you can transport your car onto, I'd imagine, from Lido to the Piazza Roma area, because of course the city's full of waters. The Lido bit does actually have roadways and that, so that's a ferry transport of that. Another stunning part of Venice this is. Just shows, you know, that when you walk around places like here, if you, rather than just stick to one or two places, go and see more areas, and then you find little gems that you might not have heard of beforehand. My own little walking tour of Venice continues on. I'm actually just going to continue on walking alongside the Venetian lagoon for the time being. This is one of the Laguna waterways services. You have to get different tickets for them. You can't use the ACTV tickets on them. But they're the ones, they're like the quicker ones, I think, to go to the station and Marco Polo Airport, as well as the some of the other islands as well. Well, these streets are definitely like the quieter area of Venice. Still gives you an idea of what I'd say the other side of it is compared to like the busier side. So I'm going to keep walking this way, see where this takes me. So this must be one of the different neighbourhoods of Venice. I'm just walking around and looking at some of the restaurants here. I can see why it's better off coming away from the tourist areas. So margarita pizza, I've seen some places advertising for 13 or 14 euro. In this bit, €6.50, and it'll just be the same, just a bit cheaper. So when I dine for my tea later on, I'll go maybe a little further afield and dine. This, of course, is a maze of back streets and that. But I think I'm getting my way now. I'm actually heading towards Basilica di Santa Maria. That'll be my next tourist stop-off location. So I need to go that way. Took us a while, but anyway, this is my last stop-off of the day. Basilica di Santa Maria. I'm going to head now towards Santa Lucia train station, which of course is near to my hotel. If I can get there before it gets too dark and I can get a bit of spotting done. It's been nice to have a walk around streets that are off the beaten track in Venice. And you see all sorts of different kinds of shops and different kinds of buildings as well. So to get to the station, I think I have to do exactly what I did last year to get back to the station in the evening and go across the same bridge as well. So I'm going to go over this, one of the many side canals around the city. Well, actually, I'll just do it at the next bridge. Also, I've just bought a number of Italian snacks as well. Again, any country I go to, I'll always take some stuff home with us that you can't get in England. Right, I've made it now. Station's just over there. Actually, to get around these streets, they're actually not as long as what you think as well. But trusty Google Maps helps us out. That way it takes you back to Piazza Roma, where the bus station is. Right, head to the station I go, and we'll see what's what. Right, I'm in Santa Lucia Station. I only need about half an hour here. I'm going to keep my wits about us and get a bit of spotting done. This is a Frecciarossa ATR 600, and then that's the Italo Pendolino. That's an ETR 500. That's one of the local Veneto trains coming in there. Of course, there was a rail strike yesterday across Italy, so everything should be running today. Although there has been some delays on the Venice to Trieste line when I've read the thing.
Informiamo che il personale DCS a riserva, incaricato da Trenitalia SPA, effettuerà alcune brevi interviste per un'indagine di mercato.
Tomorrow I go to Milan. I'll hope you do a bit of spotting at Milano Centrale. If I see any problems here, literally I'll be out.
Accelerazioni e sostituzioni con bus. Maggiori informazioni sul sito di RFI, sui canali delle imprese ferroviarie o presso il personale di assistenza clienti e le biglietterie.
So from here, of course, you get trains towards Verona, Brescia, to Milan, Turin. Also trains to Bologna, I think Florence, as well as to Rome by Trenitalia and Italo there. You also get trains down the east of the country towards Pescara and Bari as well. You get the local Veneto trains, which are these double-decker ones over here. You can also get the Eurocity service, and you can also get you can actually get night trains from here. One going to Vienna in Austria. So you can go to quite a few places in Italy from here and other parts of Europe as well.
Maggiori informazioni sul servizio sul sito di RFI, sui canali digitali di Trenitalia o presso il personale di assistenza clienti e biglietterie.
That is the very fast Frecciarossa 1000. About 180 mile per hour, them or even I think 200 perhaps, them trains can go across Italy. And that one I think is going, possibly could be to Milan. In Milan, these trains terminate at both Centrale and Portanova Garibaldi stations. I'm going to Milan tomorrow, of course, but it'll be on Italo for a change, and then it'll be on, hopefully it could be one of them trains on the way back to here. So here comes one of Trenitalia's regional Veneto trains. Now on the regional trains, tickets, you have to verify them online now. That's changed since I was here last year. After my experience last year, what I can definitely say is the Italian railway system is one of the best in Europe, and it's very cheap as well. Obviously, next year, I'll tell you that I will be going to another country where the railways are very good. It'll be my first time in that country as well. That's going to Verona, go there for Lake Garda, and I think that's the that's the limit for the Veneto regional trains.
partenza dal binario 7.
Right, I'm going to head back to my hotel now. I think I've done really, really well here actually. A few nerves, but success. So I won't need to spot at this station now for the rest of this holiday. Hopefully I should be fine when I do spot at Milano Centrale station tomorrow. I'll be back here at just before 8 o'clock. I'll be my train's just before 8 o'clock tomorrow morning to Milan. Okie doke, out I go. It is now 7:30. I've refreshed up, recharged. Gonna go and have something for dinner. But where to go tonight, I wonder. I think I'm gonna stay on the northeast bit of the city tonight actually, and have a look around them streets. But as usual, the further away from San Marco I dine, the cheaper it will be. As usual, walking around here means I'll be walking across several canals, like across this one here. And yeah, I think I'll stick to the northeast bit of the city. See what I can find to eat. We'll go this way. It's nice with all these Christmas decorations up. I wonder what Milan will be like when I go to see them tomorrow. So this is actually the Cannaregio district of Venice. You do of course also have the San Marco district and also the San Polo district where I was walking around earlier on today. But I've actually found a restaurant on Google Maps and apparently it looks really good and it's not tourist orientated, which is a good plus. Even a lot of these, and on this street, a lot of these ones are tourist traps. So I went in that restaurant. I've had lasagna. It was really, really nice. Now, if you go to an Italian restaurant, say in England, you'd probably get like bruschetta for your starter. You'd have spaghetti or like tagliatelle or, you know, an Italian dish for your main. But here in Italy, lasagna, you know, and a few spaghetti dishes like that are not actually considered as main courses. They're known as first courses. Your main dish, you go for like a seafood dish or a meat dish. But apparently that's a good restaurant, that's what I've just been in, and I think I might go back in there on Wednesday night. Plus, it is not tourist orientated as well, unlike some of the round here. In the meantime, I'm gonna head further towards towards the coast actually. So if I keep walking in this northeast region of the city, I might be able to see some other bits lit up at night. Just went in that very cosy Italian pub over there, Il Santo Belvitore. It's a pub that's Not tourist oriented as well, again one for the locals, but again that's how you pay less for drinking that. Over another canal I go, and I think what I'm going to do is actually just walk this way, just keep walk towards the Grand Canal actually for tonight. I will however have to go to the other bit when I go to Burano on Wednesday actually to get I did a water bus from there. So I keep walking along Strata Nova. This is actually one of the main tourist thoroughfares near the Grand Canal. That's what I've been doing really while I've been over here. Just literally chilling out in the city, just walking around the different streets and that. See what's what. What a name for a restaurant. Osteria da Alex. Named after me, of course. Osteria in Italian means simple but inexpensive. From what I've read up, there's a lot of these around in many Italian towns and restaurants. Gelato time. I've got cookies and cream, caramel on there, and then a one that's like dark chocolate and coffee in it. That looks absolute delicious, that. That's now 10:15, so I decided to once again come back to the Grand Canal and the absolutely beautiful Rialto Bridge. This is a city that's just stunning. Little bit nighttime. In fact, right the way through the day rather than just a little bit nighttime. It is very quiet down here on the canal tonight. A massive comparison to when I came here in the July of last year where it was chock-a-block. But obviously this not being the holiday season, it's bound to be quieter. Well, during the day there has been kind of few around, but not as many as the summer. I'm gonna have another walk across that bridge and then I'm gonna catch the water bus back up to Santa Lucia Station. Take another walk across the Rialto Bridge. I suppose this is one way to burn off 3 scoops of gelato, a lasagna and anything else I eat today. At least with the cooler weather, I can manage it better than I could in the 30-degree heat of last year. Beautiful.
I'm gonna have a quick look. Probably a little shot that with that.
Right, last water bus ride for tonight. And on a night time, just the number 1 runs. Possibly a few more other ones run in the holiday season, I would think. Excellent, I get a front seat view. Coming past the Casino di Venezia. It'll be very expensive, that. There's been a casino, high stakes, and that as well. Oh, I saw the Christmas decorations in there. They look beautiful. So yeah, it's the number one route at night time. Just stops at all the stops really on the Grand Canal. So the next stop is mine, just past that bridge down there. So back in my hotel room I am. It's now 10 to 11. Another lovely day in Venice comes to an end. And today I finally got to do what I couldn't do last year, and that was go on a gondola. And I'm so glad I left it for a little holiday like this, because then I had more time to enjoy the whole experience. So you queue up at the queued up the Venice Tours spot. You get an introduction, you get a little tour guide with you as well. She told us a little bit about Venice, about the life of the gondolier as well. And it's a very interesting life what all the gondoliers live. It's a pastime that goes down from like father to son and that. You get a little briefing as well. Getting into the gondola, it's not as easy as what you think, and you have to make one giant step as well. And they fit about 5 people in them. Now I went on Get Your Guide and I managed to get it for 35 quid. A ride around the canals and a bit of the Grand Canal, which I thought was good enough. But all the other sites, they charge about 90 to like 120 euros for gondola rides. Private ones, even more. And I think even more, like with a gondolier serenading you with music. So that was good, that. And then I've had a walk around the San Polo area of Venice. So like little neighbourhood area, a little bit away from the tourist areas. And saw a lot of restaurants. That's one thing I've been checking up a lot on, because obviously Italy, one I love is its food, and I've been comparing restaurants and seeing how cheap they are and how expensive some others are. So if you want a pizza here, the cheapest I've seen is about €6.50, but you have to be well away from the Grand Canal for that. Up to about €13 for one. I've been into Santa Lucia Station, and I've actually done a bit of train spotting, and I was there for 45 minutes, and thankfully I had no trouble, but I was watching, keeping my wits about us for any security guys that would have come down, because I still think they are strict in Italy with rail enthusiasts. Although I had a lovely experience at Milano Cardona station last year, there were lovely staff then. Then I've been out tonight, had lasagna in a nice restaurant, and it was not a tourist orientated one, so it was even better. Then I went to a pub that, an Italian pub that one of my mates recommended. And I've been back down to the Rialto Bridge again, and getting back here, even had a front sea view. Well, the next bit for me, well, I've got to be up early, because I won't be in Venice tomorrow, only for the morning and the late night, because I'm travelling to Milan, which is where I went for my week's holiday last year. This time I'm doing a day trip. It'll be my first ride on the Italo train. I'm doing Italo, going there, and then the Frecciarossa train coming back. So I've got to get up about just before 6 o'clock in the morning. And I will see you in that bit. Good night.